All right, welcome to round number 2. We'll see if we can burning inquiry our way to success here this time rather than to defeat. I do not think this will be a keep for us, unfortunately. It's got a lot of powerful stuff, but none of the enablers, right? All of the payoffs. Multiple anglers, 2 graveyard payoffs, and a hollow one, but no discard outlets of any kind. Unfortunately, this just does not have lands. So we're going to have to be pitching that one as well. This one will definitely be a resounding keep. If I didn't mention already, we're on the draw again this time. I'm going to bottom that since I don't even really have the lands to cast it. Plus, I have double inquiries, so really we're just hoping to hit payoffs with these inquiries. Get a little lucky here. Yeah, we're going to get a Blood Crypt, so I might as well use my Wood of Foothills since this can fetch either basic and cast... I think I'm going to cast Turn 1 Inquiry to try to set up as best as I can for these anglers, as well as just try to get lucky with hollow ones, I guess, though that's not terribly likely. Something like Street Wraith in response off of basic forest. Beast Within. Okay, so they're living end? Yeah. So we pitched Lightning Bolt, Inquiry, land. End up with another land. Still have our angler, though, at least. We have this Phoenix. Opponent lost a couple lands, but it looks like they still have the requisite land. Let's grab... Mountain, I guess. For now. This is probably not a great matchup. Wonder if I would even have to side my inquiries out in a matchup like this. Probably not. But possibly. It kind of doesn't really matter, like if my opponent gets extra creatures in the yard. Most of the time it's just going to be good enough. That's unfortunate. Oops, did not mean to click on that. I was trying to rearrange my hand a little bit to organize my thoughts, but oh well. Not a big deal. We'll pitch these. I guess maybe there's not a lot of reason to cycle this. I mean, it's just getting a card deeper. I guess for more graveyard elements, like trying to find... Does that change things for me? Probably. Yeah, I probably wait on this inquiry. I was going to say it helps me get closer to Bloodghasts and Phoenix, so I think I do want to cycle this just so I can get deeper and pitch basically everything anyway. Like I'm not very likely to keep anything good in my hand as it is. All right, so let's go to combat. Try to return this. We get 2. There's not another Macabre, I suppose. Otherwise, I think they would have happily eaten looting plus Phoenix. And then pass it over. Hopefully they don't have a third land. Okay, they have a third land. I highly doubt they are lacking a cascade spell of some sort. One of the things about this matchup is you can try to like put a bunch of creatures in your bin, but it's going to be really hard to keep up with them. Right now my opponent has, what, 4? I guess I fire this off. I mean, I assume they have Violent Outburst. But I want to put these creatures in my bin. And if they don't have Violent Outburst, I want to have lethal. I mean, I guess I have lethal now with the bolt regardless, but I think I'm going to Inquiry. I guess my opponent will just Violent Outburst in response to Inquiry if they have it. So maybe I attack, because then if they don't Outburst... I can just kill them with the bolt. Maybe they'll think they can wait, and I get them with the bolt. Yeah, they don't. They don't make that mistake. I wonder if I possibly shouldn't have brought back the Phoenix. Opponent does have a swamp, so I could theoretically try to get there that way. would really need third or fourth lightning bolt plus... Gosh, I'm really going to have to try to block though, right? Yeah, I mean, I have to block and maybe even bolt this. All right, so I'm not getting there with those. How do we win? I'm not sure how I win this game. I think I have to wait on my Burning Inquiry though. And I'm probably going to have to bolt this Macabre. Just double block this. Because I don't have to bolt the Macabre, but I don't... Oh, they're just going to outburst me to death. So now I do have to bolt this. I mean, I guess I should let them not living end first, but I'd be pretty happy if they decided to living end after that, so. All right. We're at 2. So looting, I wouldn't really... I'd have to hit, like, Land Angler, Land Tassiger. Since this doesn't come into play untapped. I guess I'm supposed to just fire this off and hope to get absurdly lucky. Same situation, but with a Goblin Lore. Yeah, I mean, hope to have a hollow one at the end of this that can block. Oh, I still just died to this because I have a swamp. So I guess I can't win. Pitch 2 hollow ones off of that one anyway. Yikes. Yeah, I mean, I can try to pitch a bunch of creatures against this deck. But it can definitely be a struggle. I don't think I'm going to want the Blood Moons. Obviously, I want the Ley Lines. We're going to be glad we packed those, I suppose. And I don't know how aggressively I'm going to want to mulligan towards them, but... Big Game Hunters kill a lot of their creatures post-Living End, but most of the time I'm not going to be I'm not going to want to have, like, a post-Living End strategy, right? There are going to, like, ever be games that I'm still in post-Living End, but most of the time that's not going to be the case. The plus side is it's still a creature that I can pitch early, and then with my opponent living ends, like, if that's my strategy, and then my opponent living ends, it'll still kill their guy, and I'll get this. So I probably do want those. Lavamancer, I do not think I want. Brutalities are a card that can sort of interact with them and still gives me some control over what I'm pitching, so I can try to pitch more creatures. Definitely want all my anglers. Street Wraiths, Hollow Ones. I mean, I basically want as many creatures as I possibly can have, so I'd probably like to cut on spells. Bolts are not terribly useful here, for example. They don't kill very much. And maybe I want to cut like a Goblin Lore or an Inquiry, probably an Inquiry or two. Especially if my plan is to try and pitch a bunch of creatures in a controlled fashion. I don't want my opponent to get, like... Game 1, I'm probably not worried about my opponent getting a bunch of free creatures. Game 2 and 3, with the way we're boarded, I might. I mean, obviously, if I'm on ley lines, we don't care, but... we're not always going to have a ley line. Yeah, alright, let's try it like this. Not a lot that actually interacts with my opponent. Gosh, blind, I would just never ever mulligan this in a million years, and I'm kind of concerned that I think I have to mulligan it against Living End. This doesn't really do the job. Like, discard against Living End is rarely good enough, right? So I mean, I'm on the play. So turn 1, I play land, do nothing. They play land, go Cycler. Turn 2, I play Goblin Lore and get like 1 hollow one into play, maybe 2 if I'm fortunate. They cycle something on turn 2, and then I fire this off on turn 3 and hope that they only have 1 way. Yeah, maybe that is a keep then. I mean, I like aggressively mulliganing when I have ley lines in my deck, but this hand, I mean, it's relatively proactive. I could pitch both my hollow ones and be sad, but all right, another brutality. Alternatively, I guess I could like. No, that's crazy. I think I'm just going to lore here. See what we lose. Yep, 1 hollow one, an angler, and a lore. Yeah, they exile the 2 creatures. Unfortunately for me, this turn they could have like Simian Spirit Guide and go off. Not if that's the land they play, though. I mean, they could have on their main phase if they had Demonic Dread, but they can't outburst, obviously, from here, so... I think at this point, pitching creatures is not a real strategy that I'm employing. Unfortunately, it seems like they probably have a lot of ways to go off and maybe just don't have the cyclers and maybe don't have green mana. But, I mean, this is kind of where we're at, so... Reveal your hand, whoops, and drain you. One of these excess lands, I think, over the looting. Yeah. Definitely this one. Oh, they do only have the one. I wonder why they didn't play a green source this turn. They had the Simian Spirit Guide. And we'll play this out there. Try to put on as much pressure next turn as we can. Another Street Wraith. It's kind of helpful, I guess, for us. Hard cast the Mana Monkey. So I 3-mode this. That's... I guess it's 2 extra damage either way, right? Sure. Although it's better... No, that doesn't make any sense. It's better... I don't know why I'm still doing this. I'm sorry. Spoilers. It's, I suppose, better for me to do it this way, but it's not particularly relevant. Considering they can't have anything. But, I don't know. I guess good habits for the future matter. Remembering those things. It's definitely better for me to looting there. So that I have like more creatures in my yard, get to dig a little deeper. I kind of want to self-mill myself. That's a little redundant, but I kind of want to self-mill. Bringing back the Flamewake Phoenix is also lethal, and I can't imagine they would possibly have anything. In fact, we know that they... No, I guess they have 1 mystery card, but... Anyway. I do not think I want any of these still. Blood Moons are like the closest, but a lot of the time they're going to be able to play their way around it anyway. Just have a basic forest. And be able to outburst or have a swamp and be able to dread. This hand is definitely going to be a keep, I think. Yeah. I mean, if we find like looting or inquiry or another street wraith, it's pretty insane, so. Even on the draw. Oh, feels bad. All right. Cycle, sweet. Would prefer to looting or cycle another street wraith though, so we'll try for that. We do not hit it. I would like to make sure I have a black source. Though my life total does matter. A lot of the times they're going to hit me for enough that it doesn't, but cast one of the 2 inquiries we left. No. Macabre again. Hopefully we can keep some hollow ones though. Cycle horror in response. All right. At least we got to keep these guys this time. But it might not be good enough. Interestingly, I kind of want to pitch this angler to the Goblin lore, if at all possible. Though it doesn't really matter. I mean, my opponent's already got Ceradon Horror Macabre. Tap land means we're not getting Simian Spirit Guide outbursted at least. Another creature. Yeah, I think I'm definitely casting lore here instead of an angler. We did not have quite as good of a lore as we did an inquiry. That was pretty poor. Oh, we actually hit 2 big game hunters. Well, that's not so bad then, I guess. I was kind of sad to see all these creatures still in our hand, but that'll help us, unless they have another macabre, which was going to be bad anyway. So I guess take it back. It wasn't so bad. I mean, it doesn't. This no. 2 macabres. So sad. Well, this is the risk at having ley lines, right? I mean, we could have had spell bomb there in that slot. And drawing that on turn 1 would not have been a bad draw. Ooh, maybe they don't have the way to go off. All right. Well, don't have a lot to do this turn, and I definitely am interested in committing more at this stage with the way the game's playing out. I guess I should have just cast the angler up front, but it's not like I was casting 2 anglers, so it doesn't really change anything. I arguably could have cast Bloodghast. No, I think that would be a mistake. Yeah, I guess we could have cast the angler up front, saved a card in our yard. That matters. Should have done that. Oh well. This doesn't matter as long as I'm not exiling my 1 creature, I guess. Paying life for a Street Wraith cycle. That's where we cross our fingers, I guess. That mana means they get another mana for cycle if they need to. This feels like a Demonic Dread, though. Yeah. Oh well. Too many macabres. And just too big of a yard for our opponent. It's possible I was just supposed to mulligan more aggressively for these, but I think both those hands were like reasonably proactive that it's hard to do so, but maybe this matchup's hard enough. Otherwise, it feels like if they didn't have the macabres, it feels like we would have been okay. So I think because of that, it's probably still a keep. Like multiple Street Wraiths early is still particularly exciting as well. But yeah, opponent gives the old preemptive GG. But either way, that's gonna be it for us. So I'll see you in the next round in just a moment.